Hi, I'm Karen Lewis, Bible worker trainer and pastor for the Stillwater and Hinckley churches in Minnesota Conference. And I am delighted to be here today talking about the ministries that I do. I have been here for 2 years, and I have been a Bible worker trainer for 16 years. During those 16 years, I've developed the Lifting Up Jesus Bible Lessons, which are a series of Bible lessons that are relational in nature. The first 9 speak of the love of Jesus and the gospel, and the remaining are all the doctrines of the church with Jesus lifted up in the center. And through those Bible lessons, I developed the Lifting Up Jesus training program, which is designed to have lay people utilize this training to share Jesus with their neighbors, their friends, and their co-workers in a very non-confrontational and easy way. And in the Bible worker training that I've done here for the Minnesota Conference, I have trained over 100 lay people on how to share their faith. And we are still reaping the benefits of that through the many Bible studies and baptisms that are taking place. Many people have said that it is the first program that they've been involved with that has really given them all the practical tools necessary for them to share their faith. And the most important thing is that Jesus is uplifted as a result of this friendship evangelism program. I have trained people now in several churches, and the Minnesota Conference is really backing a lot of training for our lay people. In addition to the training, I'm also pastor of the Stillwater and the Hinckley Church. The Stillwater Church is a beautiful church. It's the oldest city in Minnesota. But what makes the Stillwater so wonderful is this tiny little church that I have been privileged to see in the last 2 years God grow from 6 individuals to well over 30 attending. And God is still blessing. This Sabbath, we have another transfer of membership. And in 2 weeks, we have 4 baptisms coming up. It is exciting to see the vibrancy with which this church is experiencing. And I believe that is because of 4 main points. Number 1, prayer. This January, we began our year with prayer, 7 days of prayer. And we had more than 75% of our membership come. And we got on our face before God and we prayed. We asked God to, number 1, take full control of that church, growing that church and leading the church and however it is that He wanted to lead it. We also asked God to take control of our own thoughts and our own hearts, that He would be number 1 in our lives. And so prayer is very important. As a matter of fact, right after we did the 7 days of prayer, there was a family who came in. It was a young family that had a 4-year-old girl, and they were actually on their way to another church, but they were running late. And so the little girl said, "Mom, can we go back to that rocking chair church?" Evidently, they used to have rocking chairs there not too long before I came. And she remembered that. And so they said, "Well, I guess we'll go back to that church." And when they came back, they saw some changes in that church. And they liked what they saw. And so they have been continuing to come back. Since then, they've transferred their membership. Her husband is actually now indicated a desire for baptism. She is now our church clerk. And the other thing that's so great about the Stillwater Church is their potlucks. They have a huge potluck every Sabbath. And of course, we invite all individuals to come to this. And let me tell you, these people can sure cook. And so as a result of all of this, there is an excitement in the church. There's a vibrancy there. God is working, and we are seeing souls come to Jesus. The other reason why I believe Stillwater Church is growing is that Jesus is lifted up. Jesus said in John 12:32, "And when I am lifted up, will draw all to myself." And He does that in a way that is incredibly warm and embracing. And so in every sermon that is preached, Jesus is lifted up. In every song, Jesus is lifted up. In every praise and testimony, Jesus is lifted up. And the excitement that ensues as a result is contagious. When Jesus is lifted up, people are drawn and hearts are uplifted. And that is another important reason. In January, I actually will be also doing a 16-week training course in my local church because we need to do that even better. The Hinckley Church is a fairly new church for me. I've only been there about 2 months, but I'm excited about the Hinckley Church and all the potential it has. It's a beautiful church plant. It's less than 10 years old, very modern, and it's all on one level. So for those people who are challenged in any way, that's no problem. They also have a radio station there, which has enormous potential. And currently I'm working with the operator of that, and we're coming up with logos for it, and we're going to start doing a lot of individual programming for it. The other thing that I'm excited with in the Hinckley Church is there is a casino nearby. What's so exciting about that? Well, there's a lot of people who are hungering and thirsting for the things that the world cannot satisfy. Otherwise, they would not be going to a casino. And so because of that, many of the people who are attending there have already manifested an interest in Bible studies. I'm currently doing Bible studies with one individual who has been telling others about the Bible lessons, and she has been so excited. And so there is a real a desire and a thirst to learn more about Jesus. And so I am so excited to see what God is doing here in the Minnesota Conference. I'm excited for all of the different ministries that are going, that are taking place, not only in my neck of the woods, but in all the other necks of the woods too. And so I just praise God for all the work that He is doing here, and I'm excited to be a part of it.